Hello and welcome to your Sticky Web Pages dashboard. In the previous tutorial we covered editing a web page. We added text, we put some highlights, we added some bullet points, we moved a video, and we added some more text. And it was really easy, point and click easy. In this brief tutorial we're simply going to go to the editing page and we're going to cover how to locate the web address so that we can click, copy, and paste it into an email. And then we'll cover composing an email with subject lines and letters that are in the 8K a week back office. So the first thing I'd like to do to begin this tutorial is to locate the web address. And we simply go into the Right Now box and click on Page. That's where our web page is. And you can see it's labeled the home page. And now we're just going to click on the Edit button. This is going to take us to our editing page. Now once here, right above the WYSIWYG editor, the permalink is where our web address is located. It will always be in the same location. Every web page that you create will get its own unique URL or web address, and it will always be located in the same place. And that's right here, beginning with HTTP, straight on over to .com. Now that we've located it, what I'd like to do is minimize this dashboard. We're not going to close it, we're just going to minimize it so that I can go to the 8K a week back office. So I'm just going to press the little minus sign in the top minimize button in the top left hand window. And here you can see I am at an 8K a week back office home page. What I'm going to do is simply scroll over to 8K Tools and I'm going to look for a subject line. And here you can see there's a choice of best click-throughs. And let me scroll down until I find one that I like. And I see one right here. I didn't want to confess to this, so I'd like to use that subject line. I'm going to put my cursor in front of the last letter and I'm going to scroll across it and highlight it. I'm using a MacBook, so I'm going to press the Command key and the C key to copy it to my clipboard. If you're using a PC, press the Control plus the C key. And if you're using a mouse, just right click and copy. Now I'm going to leave the 8K a week back office now that I've carried that subject line on my clipboard, and I'm going to bring it to an email. So now we're going to go over to my email account, and here you can see I'm at a compose page. So I'm just going to put the cursor in the subject line. I'm going to press the Command button plus V, and that's going to paste my subject line into the email. That was pretty simple, wasn't it? Now I'm going to go back to the 8K a week back office and I'm going to scroll back to 8K Tools. This time in the drop down menu I'm going to click on Letters, and now I'm going to choose a letter. So there's a choice of about 7, 8, 9, 10 letters in here, pre-written professional letters. I'm going to view letter 1. Hi, I've got some great news today. I've just discovered a brand new system. Okay, this looks great for me. And you can see that what's really neat about the emails, if you wanted to direct people back to your 8K a week site, everything is already pre-populated in here for you. Your actual 8K a week website, your email address, and your name. So what we're going to do is, again, click copy and paste this whole email onto the clipboard. Again, with my MacBook, I'm going to press the Command key and the C key and copy it to clipboard. Now I'm going to leave the 8K a week back office and head back to my email account. Now I'm going to place my cursor in the body of the email. I'm going to press the Command and V button and paste the email into the body. Now the only thing we're going to have to do here is remove the actual 8K a week web address, because we don't want to send them there. We want to send them to our sticky web page. And we're going to now leave the Gmail account and go back to our sticky web page dashboard, where I'm going to copy the web address. Remember where the web address was? Right up here over the WYSIWYG editor. I'm going to Command plus C and copy that to my clipboard. Now I'm going to leave the dashboard. I'm going to minimize it again by pressing the minimize button in the top left hand corner. And I'm going to come back where my cursor is still in the body of the email, and I'm going to press Command V, and I'm going to put my sticky web page address right in there. Now before we leave this, I'm just going to show you how to make that link hot. And we're going to highlight it by putting the cursor in front of it and scrolling across, and then follow the cursor up to the button bar, the toolbar, and this is a link button. See, when you put your cursor over it, it tells you what it is. Just hit that link button and it makes the link hot. And we can test it by simply clicking this button. So let's give it a quick test. And you can see there's that awesome site ready to be advertised to your contacts. So now that we know it's working, I'm going to scroll up to the top of the window and close it. We'll be back at the email. We know our email looks good, so we can begin addressing contacts. So if you're sending it out to a small amount of people, I would recommend you send it to yourself, another one of your email addresses, and then press the BCC button, which stands for Blind Carbon Copy, and begin to put all of the rest of the contacts that you would like to send out to in the Blind Carbon Copy field. Okay, now we can leave the email account and we can go back to the dashboard of sticky web pages, and we can recap what we've done in this tutorial. So we've located the web address, the URL. We went and chose a subject line and letter from the 8K a week back office, and then we went to an email account where we composed an email with a hot link that included the web address of this page that we just edited. Now remember, you can pause, rewind, or fast forward these tutorials at any time. This was really easy, wasn't it? I know it was. So on the very next tutorial, we're going to get into some advanced features of building different types of pages and adding pages to the existing website that we have in place. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and we'll see you on the next show.